This is going to be some of the worst air quality we've had in years around here. Just thick smoke moving in, and we've got weather impact alerts obviously because of that. How long does it last? I think that's what everyone wants to know here today. And where does it go and how bad does it get? Today and tomorrow is going to be when we're dealing with the thickest of this atmospheric smoke and surface smoke from those wildfires. It's going to be thick and unhealthy. Everyone's going to be impacted. This isn't just for those that are sensitive to poor air quality, which is often the case with our air quality alerts. This is everybody, even the healthy folks and even the folks that breathe just fine. So have your inhalers ready. AC, you're going to want to stay inside. I mean, honestly, you just don't want to be outside today. That is the toughest thing to say in a mid-July day. 75 degrees. It is balmy. It's still humid as well, but air quality is the main issue. These are your air quality reports. Once you get into the red categories, that's where it's real nasty, and that's where we have the worst of the air right now in Michigan and areas of Wisconsin. But you can see, yeah, our air quality is not great here in Northeast Ohio. The forecast for our air quality today is for it's not just to turn unhealthy for some, which it is right now, but to get into the very unhealthy category where it is recommended by the EPA for everyone to stay inside during that. So where is the smoke right now? It's not down in the Akron area yet. It's not in Worcester, Mansfield. You've got fine visibility right now. This is where the smoke is, and this is settling south. So just know if you're not in it yet, you will be this afternoon. Here's the forecast. Here's where the fires are. Northwest flow aloft, taking the smoke into Michigan. And notice how it comes right across Northeast Ohio. It will be worse from Cleveland to Ravenna to Youngstown in Northeast. But everyone else, Mansfield, Worcester, Millersburg, Dover, New Philly, you'll still have some very poor air quality around as well. Air quality alerts all day today. And look at the coverage of this. All over the Great Lakes, you cannot escape this. This is just nasty air you can't do anything about. So keep the air purifier going inside the house if you have one. Make sure your furnace filters are changed. You know, if you've got the AC, the HVAC system, you want to have a filter on that as well. And even in your car, that little recycle air button, make sure you have that on as you're going throughout the day. We had a wind shift, which is pushing this in with this front. We did have a thunderstorm this morning out in Ashtabula County. We talked about that yesterday. We'll be dry the rest of the day. Smoke-filled skies, not quite as hot today, mid-80s. We'll take you through when this smoke clears out. And we've got a weekend to plan around storms all coming up in the forecast. Dave?
All right, Matt, thank you very much. As Matt just talked about, smoke from the Canadian wildfires is blanketing parts of Ohio today, prompting air quality alerts across the state.
And officials say the smoke could make it harder to breathe when you're outside. Candace Hare live this morning with what you need to know.
Good morning, Danita and Dave. Well, I can tell you just here from my vantage point, a Burke Lakefront Airport behind me, and you can see that haze in the air, and I'll tell you what, you can smell it. That's the first thing that's going to hit you when you walk out the door today. It really puts into perspective these fires happening hundreds of miles away, and yet we're having really real impacts right here at home. In fact, there are air quality advisories that are in place throughout much of our viewing area, and health officials say that the air quality out here could get so poor that everybody could be impacted. So those air quality advisories in place for Ashtabula, Cuyahoga, Geauga, Lake, Lorain, Medina, Portage, and Summit counties. The Ohio EPA says unhealthy air can cause more serious problems for sensitive groups, while the potential for hazardous air quality means everyone could be affected, with symptoms that include coughing, dizziness, and shortness of breath.
This is kind of like the earth smoking a cigarette, and we're getting the secondhand smoke.
And the Ohio EPA recommends that anyone who fits into one of those sensitive groups to stay inside altogether, and that everybody else make sure that you avoid any strenuous activity or prolonged activity outside. But I'll tell you what, one of the videos that we saw from yesterday really showed how bad that this smoke can be in some areas. It was the Mackinac Bridge in Michigan, and you can see that it almost disappears into the smoke. And Brissa, I know you've been keeping an eye on the roads here. Behind me is Route 2. Things look pretty clear right now, but we know that this is a smoke that could start to impact people's vision on the roads.
Yeah, it could certainly start to slow people down, Candace, and it does look like fog out there, but it's not fog. This is smoke-filled air from those wildfires. And even right here, Candace just showed us Route 2 behind her. This is 480 here at West 130th Street, and visibility is definitely lower this morning. It's not going to slow you down terribly, but certainly something to know before you head on out the door. And remember, it is not fog. It is all that wildfire smoke coming from Canada.